The smile arrived 3 seconds too late. That was what Noah Bennett noticed. Not the wheelchair, not the cameras, not the crowd gathered beneath the white canopy outside Bellamy Health System's new rehabilitation center. The smile. A reporter asked Cassandra Bellamy how it felt to open the most advanced neurological recovery facility in the region less than 2 years after the accident that had changed her own life. Cassandra listened, nodded, waited, then smiled. 3 seconds late. Perfect teeth, perfect posture, perfect gratitude, perfectly wrong. Noah stood 40 feet away, wearing a gray maintenance uniform and holding a cardboard box filled with replacement door hardware. He had no reason to be watching the CEO. He was supposed to be checking an automatic entrance that had failed inspection twice. But Noah had spent 12 years repairing houses, commercial buildings, and eventually hospital facilities. He knew something about things that looked right and weren't. A door could close smoothly while the hinge pulled itself out of rotten framing. A wall could look dry while water traveled behind it. A roof could hold through 10 storms and fail on the 11th because everyone had mistaken silence for strength. And a woman could smile for 600 people while looking like she had not taken a full breath all morning. The reporter continued, "You've become a symbol of resilience for so many people. What would you say to patients beginning their own recovery?" Cassandra's smile remained. Noah saw her right hand tighten once against the wheel rim. Then loosen. "Recovery is different for everyone," she said. "The important thing is to keep moving forward." Applause, cameras flashed. Noah looked away. Something about the sentence bothered him, not because it was false, because it sounded borrowed. What Noah could not know was that 6 weeks later he would stand alone with Cassandra Bellamy in a darkened therapy room after everyone else had gone home. She would give him the same smile, the polished one, the careful one, the smile she used when a board member asked whether she was exhausted, when investors asked whether she was frightened, when reporters called her inspiring, when doctors spoke too gently. And Noah Bennett, a widowed father who had spent 3 years pretending he was fine for the sake of an 8-year-old girl, would ask Cassandra the one question everyone around her had been too afraid or too invested to ask. "Who are you smiling for?" If you've ever known someone who looked strongest exactly when they were closest to breaking, tap like. And tell me below whether you think being strong means hiding pain or telling the truth about it. Noah Bennett had not planned to work for Bellamy Health Systems. 3 years earlier, he had owned a small residential renovation company outside Raleigh, North Carolina. Bennett Home and Repair. 4 employees. 2 trucks. Enough work to complain about being too busy. His wife Elise handled the books. Noah handled customers. Elise handled invoices. Noah handled problems. Elise handled Noah. That was how he described it. She called it accurate. Their daughter Lily was 5 when Elise died. Not cancer. Not a long illness. A wrong-way driver crossed the median on a rainy evening. Elise had been coming home from the grocery store. Noah had spent the afternoon texting her photographs of a kitchen demolition because he had found an original brick wall behind cheap paneling. She never saw the finished kitchen. For 6 months after the funeral, Noah tried to keep the business running. He failed slowly. Missed estimates. Forgot calls. Arrived late. Left early when Lily's school called. His employees covered for him until they could not. Clients were kind until kindness became expensive. Noah eventually sold 1 truck, closed the lease on his shop, paid his employees what he owed, and accepted a facilities position at Bellamy Health. Less money, regular hours, health insurance. A predictable schedule. He hated the word predictable before Elise died. Afterward, predictable felt luxurious. His shift began at 7, ended at 3:30. He could pick Lily up from school most days. He could cook dinner, check homework, argue about bedtime, pack lunches badly, keep life moving. The Bellamy system employed thousands of people. Noah was one of the people almost nobody saw unless something broke. He liked that. Being unnoticed felt safer than being needed. The morning of the rehabilitation center opening, Noah was assigned to the main entrance because the east automatic door kept hesitating. He had already replaced a sensor. No change. Facilities management wanted the entire motor assembly swapped. Noah suspected the threshold had shifted. He measured twice. 3 millimeters. Enough to change drag under the bottom seal. Not enough for anyone looking at the motor to care. He was carrying replacement hardware when he saw Cassandra smile. Then he went back to work. At 12:14, the ceremony ended. Guests moved inside. Executives gave tours. Noah removed the lower plate from the door. He was on one knee with 3 screws between his lips when a voice behind him said, "Is the door broken again?" He looked up. Cassandra Bellamy sat several feet away. No cameras, no reporters, no smile. That was the first thing he noticed. Without the smile, she looked younger. Mid-30s. 37 maybe, dark hair pinned low. Navy suit. Expensive but simple. Her chair was graphite black with narrow wheels and a small leather pouch attached beneath the seat. Noah removed the screws from his mouth. Technically, the door works. That sounds like facilities language. It means the motor isn't the problem. I was told the motor was being replaced. So was I. Cassandra looked at the open plate. Then why isn't it? Because replacing a good motor is expensive. Her eyebrows lifted. Bellamy Health can afford a motor. I know. You're protecting my budget? No. Noah reached beneath the door. I don't like replacing working parts because nobody wants to admit the floor moved. Cassandra looked down. The floor moved. Building settled. Threshold shifted slightly. 3-month-old building. Buildings don't care how new they are. She watched him. Noah tightened a bracket. Tested the travel. Door opened. Closed. No hesitation. Cassandra rolled forward. The sensor caught her. Door opened. She passed through. Stopped. Turned. It's fixed. Looks that way. How long? 20 minutes. How much? About $12 in hardware. Cassandra's mouth moved slightly. The proposed motor replacement was $2,800. Probably, she stared at him. Name? Noah Bennett. You work facilities? Yes, how long? 14 months. Why haven't I seen you? Noah looked around at the marble lobby. Means I'm doing well. For half a second, Cassandra looked like she might laugh. Then the smile returned. Not the public smile. A smaller version. Still guarded. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. No problem. She turned toward the elevator. Noah watched her go. Then went back to the door. He told himself the interaction meant nothing. It did. 2 days later, his supervisor called him into the facilities office. Bellamy wants you on executive site review. Noah stared. Which Bellamy? His supervisor looked at him. There is one Bellamy whose request changes your schedule. Noah leaned back. Why? Apparently you fixed a $2,800 door with $12. It wasn't the motor. I know. She wants facilities eyes on the new center before final sign-off. We have inspectors. She wants you. That sounds like punishment. His supervisor laughed. You get overtime. That sounds less like punishment. The review lasted 3 days. Noah walked the rehabilitation center with a tablet and a roll of blue painter's tape. He found small things, not glamorous things. A supply closet whose door blocked the corridor when fully open. A bathroom hook mounted too high. A therapy room cabinet protruding far enough to catch clothing. An outlet positioned behind a movable treatment table. A decorative bench placed where wheelchairs had to angle around it. A vending alcove with controls out of comfortable reach for some seated users. By the second afternoon, Cassandra joined him. You marked 37 items. 39. The report shows 37. I found 2 after lunch. Are they expensive? Most aren't. Then why did our consultants miss them? Noah looked at the tablet. Consultants inspect plans. And? People live in rooms. Cassandra went quiet. Noah continued walking. She followed, They entered a patient lounge. Noah pointed toward a coffee station. Cup dispenser. What about it? Mounted high. It meets standard. Probably, you don't know? I haven't checked. Cassandra looked at him. Then why mark it? He wheeled a visitor chair over. Sat, reached. His fingers barely touched the bottom cup. He stood again. Because nobody drinks coffee with a building code book. Cassandra stared. Then laughed. Actually laughed. Noah looked at her. The sound had surprised him. It surprised her too. She stopped quickly. Her face reorganized. That was when Noah noticed the difference. Real laughter changed her eyes. Her smile did not. The smile belonged only to her mouth. The laugh belonged to her whole face. Noah filed that away without intending to. At lunch, Cassandra found him outside near a service entrance. He was sitting on an overturned bucket, eating a turkey sandwich. She stopped. There are chairs inside. I know. Why are you sitting on that? Closer to the mechanical room. You could walk 30 feet. I could. She looked at the bucket. This is disturbing. Noah took another bite. You're welcome to report it. Cassandra almost smiled. Then her phone rang. The expression changed instantly. Bellamy, pause, yes, another pause. No, Marcus, I understand. Noah looked away. Her voice remained controlled. I said I understand. Pause. No, move it to Thursday. She ended the call. Noah ate. Cassandra remained. Finally, she said, You're not going to pretend you didn't hear that. Noah looked at her. I can if you'd like. That wasn't an answer. Okay, she waited. Noah took another bite. You argue strangely. I'm eating. Who was Marcus? He shrugged. You already know. That stopped her. Most people would have asked. Noah did not. Cassandra looked toward the parking lot. My board chairman. Noah nodded. He wants me in New York Thursday. Okay, I have therapy Thursday. Noah said nothing. He thinks I can move therapy. You probably can. Cassandra's eyes narrowed. You agree with him? I don't know. You just said I can. I said you probably can. That's not the same as saying you should. She stared. Noah finished half the sandwich. What? You always separate things like that? Like what? Facts from what people want them to mean. Noah thought about it. Mostly when someone's paying me. Her smile came. Polished, small, 3 seconds late. Noah noticed. Again, he said nothing. The first real object connecting them was a watch. Not Cassandra's. Her father's. Noah noticed it during the 4th week. By then, the Rehabilitation Center review had expanded into a broader facilities assessment. Cassandra had asked why older Bellamy sites generated so many patient complaints despite passing accessibility audits. Noah said he did not know. She told him to find out. He told her he had an actual job. She told his supervisor to allocate time. He told her that was cheating. She told him being CEO was frequently useful. They visited 3 outpatient buildings. At the second, Cassandra removed her watch to wash her hands in a therapy sink. Noah saw another object in the leather pouch beneath her chair. An old wristwatch. Brown strap. Cracked crystal. Stopped at 2:17. She noticed him looking. My father's. Noah looked away. Sorry you didn't touch it. No. That puts you ahead of several board members. Noah smiled. Why is it stopped? The question came out before he decided whether to ask. Cassandra's expression tightened, then loosened. His heart attack happened at 2:17. Noah became still. You kept the watch like that. Yes, does it work? If repaired. But you don't repair it. No. He nodded. Cassandra looked at him. You have an opinion. Probably say it. No, why? Because it's your watch. That has not stopped you from criticizing my buildings. Buildings don't have feelings. Some architects would disagree. Noah smiled, then continued walking. Cassandra watched him. She carried the watch everywhere. That mattered. She had inherited Bellamy Health from her father in everything except the legal sense. He founded the first clinic, built the network, taught her the business. Died 6 years earlier. Cassandra became CEO at 31. 4 years later, a collision on Interstate 40 changed the way half her body functioned. The company did not collapse. That should have been a victory. Instead, it became a story. Business magazines called her return remarkable. Healthcare publications called her a symbol. Investors praised continuity. Employees applauded when she first returned to headquarters. Cassandra had smiled. Of course. She had discovered something in the months afterward. People were uncomfortable when suffering failed to become meaningful quickly enough. They wanted an arc. Accident, struggle, recovery, inspiration. They wanted hope clean enough to quote. Cassandra gave them what they wanted. She smiled. She said recovery was a process. She said she was grateful. She said she was focused on the future. The truth was less useful. She was angry. Still, she missed walking sometimes. Other times she resented that missing it felt like betrayal of the life she had now. She hated therapy on Tuesdays, feared it on Thursdays. Some mornings she wanted to work before anyone could ask how she felt. She was tired of becoming evidence for people's preferred worldview. If she progressed, rehabilitation worked. If she did not, she was brave. If she cried, she was authentic. If she smiled, she was resilient. Everything became a story. So she learned to control the story. Smile, answer, move on. Noah Bennett was the first person who appeared to notice that strategy without admiring it. He did not confront her. Not yet. He simply stopped reacting to the smile. When Cassandra gave him the real one, he smiled back. When she gave him the public one, he continued the conversation as though nothing had happened. That irritated her. One afternoon, she finally asked, "You don't like me?" Noah looked up from a door closer. "What? You're polite." "I try, but you don't like me." He frowned. "This about the hinge?" "No, I disagree with you about the hinge." "Exactly. You hired me to." Cassandra stared. Noah continued adjusting the closer. "I like you fine." "Fine, yes, that's all?" He looked at her. "What do you want, a performance review?" Her expression sharpened. "You are very comfortable speaking to me this way." No, that surprised her. "You're not?" "No, you're the CEO." "Then why do it?" Noah tightened a screw. "Because you keep asking questions you don't want fake answers to." The room went quiet. Cassandra looked away first. The next week, Noah met her physical therapist, Dr. Priya Shah. Noah had been repairing a wall-mounted rail in the therapy suite. Priya arrived. Cassandra followed. "You're the facilities philosopher." Noah looked at Priya. "I'm sorry? Cassandra talks about you." Cassandra froze. "I do not." Priya smiled. "You complained for 6 minutes about his coffee station report. That was not talking about him. It used his name 7 times. Noah returned to the rail. "I can leave." Cassandra said too quickly, "No." Priya noticed. Noah did not. Or pretended not to. Therapy began. Noah worked quietly. Cassandra transferred. Priya checked bracing. Noah kept his back turned. Cassandra noticed. "You can look." He glanced back. "Need something?" "No, then I'm good." You deliberately avoid watching. "Yes, why?" "Because you're doing therapy. That is not private." "Feels private." Cassandra looked at Priya. Priya said nothing. Later, while Noah tested the repaired rail, he heard Priya say again. Cassandra pushed. Hands braced, shoulders tense, her hips lifted, one foot adjusted. Then the right leg trembled. She sat abruptly. Again, Priya said, "No, Cassandra, no, you had more." I said no. Priya stopped. Noah continued working. Cassandra looked toward him. He was measuring bolt spacing. She hated that he had heard. She hated more that he was not pretending something important had happened. Priya left after the session. Cassandra remained. Noah packed tools. "You're not going to say anything?" He looked at her. "About?" She stared. He knew. "Good work? No, sorry? No. Encouragement? No." Noah closed the tool case. "What would help?" Cassandra opened her mouth. "Stopped. I don't know." "Then I can wait." The answer hit strangely. Not "I can fix it, I can wait." Cassandra looked at him. Noah picked up the case. She said, "My leg moved." He nodded. "I saw. You're not impressed." "I don't know enough to be impressed." That almost offended her. Then he added, "You look like it cost you a lot." Cassandra's eyes shifted. That I noticed. He left. For the next month, Noah's role grew. Officially, he remained facilities. Unofficially, Cassandra began asking him questions about every new clinic renovation. He attended planning meetings wearing work boots among architects in polished shoes. Some disliked it. One architect asked what Noah's qualifications were. Noah answered, "Currently, being in the room." Cassandra nearly laughed. The pilot program became known internally as Use First. Every renovated space would be tested by people who actually used it. Patients, nurses, porters, custodians, wheelchair users, parents, technicians, not only consultants. Noah helped build the review checklist. Cassandra turned it into policy. The board chairman, Marcus Hale, objected. Scope. Cassandra sat at the head of the conference table. Explain. Marcus was 60. Former hospital administrator. Calm, expensive suit. He had been her father's closest business partner. Every project now carries additional review stages. 3 days. Sometimes 6. Which prevents change orders after opening. Not always. Enough. Marcus looked at Noah's report. You are basing system policy on one facility's employees' observations. No. Cassandra's voice remained calm. I am basing it on 73 recurring problems across 11 sites. Identified because you asked a maintenance worker to look for them. Yes, Marcus looked at her. Because of your personal experience. There it was. Cassandra smiled. Perfectly, Noah sat against the wall. He saw it. 3 seconds late. Marcus continued. No one is suggesting the work lacks value. That sentence always preceded someone suggesting exactly that. We are discussing proportion. Cassandra nodded. Of course. Smile, polite, controlled. Noah looked at the stopped watch visible in her chair pouch. 2:17. The meeting ended. Marcus left. Cassandra gathered papers. Noah remained. She looked at him. What? Nothing. You have a face. Most people do. Your face is judgmental. Occupational hazard. What am I doing wrong? He hesitated. Nothing, liar. Noah looked at her. You smiled. Cassandra became still. So? Nothing, no. She closed the folder. You've noticed something. Noah regretted beginning. Cassandra waited. He said you smile when you don't want people to ask another question. Silence. Cassandra's entire body seemed to withdraw despite not moving. That is an extraordinary assumption. Probably. You think you can read me. No, you just did. I noticed a pattern. Her voice cooled. You've worked for me less than 3 months. I know. You see me a few hours a week. I know. You have no idea what I am thinking. I know. Then don't analyze me. Noah nodded. Fair, he stood. That made her angrier. That's it? You told me not to. I expected an argument. No, why? Because you were clear. Cassandra stared. He left. The next 5 days she avoided him. Noah noticed. He did not chase. That made it worse. At home, Lily noticed he was distracted. You're burning it. Noah looked down. Garlic bread. Black around one edge. Still edible. That is what you say before something is definitely bad. He scraped the edge. Lily sat at the kitchen table. Is work bad? No. CEO lady mad? Noah looked at her. How do you know about CEO lady? You talked to Aunt Karen. Noah's sister. Traitor, I do not talk about CEO lady. You said Cassandra. That could be anyone. You know one Cassandra. Eat. Lily smiled. Do you like her? Noah nearly dropped the knife. Who? CEO lady. We work together. That is not no. You are 8. That is also not no. Noah stared. Lily ate. He thought about Cassandra's smile, then hated himself for thinking about it at home. The child catalyst arrived unexpectedly. Bellamy Health hosted a family open house for employees. Lily begged to go. Not because she cared about hospitals, because the rehabilitation center had a robotics demonstration. Real robots, assistive devices, robot legs. Some real? Yes, I'm coming. Noah brought her Saturday. Lily wore a green jacket and carried a notebook because she had decided she was documenting technology. She met Cassandra near the demonstration floor. Noah tried to steer her elsewhere. Too late. Miss Bellamy? Cassandra turned. Lily stood directly in front of her. I'm Lily. Cassandra looked at Noah. Your daughter. Yes, you said she was 8. I remain 8. Cassandra smiled. Real, no delay. Good to know. Lily looked at Cassandra's wheelchair, then at a nearby robotic gait trainer. Do you use that? Noah closed his eyes. Lily, what? We're at the robot event. Cassandra surprised him. Sometimes, Lily nodded. Does it hurt? Noah said, that is personal. Cassandra looked at him, then at Lily. Sometimes, Lily absorbed it. Then why do it? Cassandra paused. Adults asked what progress it produced, whether it worked, how often she trained. Nobody asked why. I want to know what my body can still learn. Lily nodded as though that made sense, then pointed at a display. Can I try that hand thing? Cassandra laughed. Yes, for the next 40 minutes, Lily dragged Noah through demonstrations. Cassandra joined them for part of it. Not as CEO, not formally. She answered questions. Lily asked terrible ones. Are you rich? Yes, like private airplane rich? Cassandra looked at Noah. He covered his face. Probably, do you have one? No, then what's the point? Cassandra laughed so loudly a nearby employee looked over. Noah stared. Lily said, Dad says rich people buy things they don't use. I have said no such thing. You said it about Mr. Foster's boat. That boat hasn't moved in 4 years. Cassandra looked at Noah. You judge people's assets, only stagnant ones. At lunch, Lily drew on the back of an event program. Cassandra watched. What are you making? A face chart. Noah looked concerned. A what? Lily held it up. 4 stick faces. Happy, sad, mad. What's the 4th? Fake happy. Noah became still. Cassandra looked at the drawing. Fake happy had an enormous smile and straight eyebrows. Lily pointed. Dad does this one. Noah's throat tightened. Cassandra looked at him. Lily continued. When people ask if he misses Mom. The world went quiet. Noah looked away. Lily, what? That's enough. Cassandra did not move. Lily looked confused. I didn't say anything bad. No. Noah's voice softened. You didn't. Lily went back to drawing. Cassandra looked at Noah. He would not meet her eyes. Suddenly the pattern shifted. She understood why he had recognized the smile. Not because he had studied her, because he had practiced the same thing. Later, after Lily went with a volunteer to see a prosthetics demonstration, Cassandra found Noah near a window. You do it too. He looked at her. What? The smile. Noah's jaw tightened. Apparently why? He looked toward the demonstration room. Because she watches my face. Lily, yes, she needs you to be okay. No, he corrected himself. I think she needs me to look okay. Difference? Big one. Cassandra waited. Noah breathed out. The first year after Elise died, Lily would ask whether I was sad. His voice stayed level. I'd say no. Why? Because she was 5. That isn't an answer. He looked at her. I thought if she saw me fall apart, she would think there was nobody left holding things. Cassandra understood too well. Did it work? No, what happened? She started hiding when she was sad. That landed. Noah looked down. One night I found her crying in the bathroom because she missed her mother. She told me she didn't want to make me sad. Cassandra's eyes softened. I had taught her sadness was something you protected people from. He swallowed. So I stopped lying when she asked. Completely? No. He almost smiled. I'm still a parent. Cassandra looked toward Lily. But you try. Yes, silence, then Noah looked at her. You? Cassandra knew what he meant. She could have answered, did not. The public smile appeared. Noah saw it. He looked away. That restraint became more intimate than pressing. The external threat arrived in the form of a merger. Bellamy Health was negotiating with North Star Rehabilitation Partners. Not a sale. A strategic combination. At least that was the language. North Star brought capital, technology licensing, 37 facilities. Bellamy brought reputation, hospital partnerships, and Cassandra's brand. Marcus supported it. Several directors supported it. Cassandra had concerns. North Star was efficient. Too efficient. Its model reduced therapy time per patient while increasing device utilization. On paper, outcomes looked acceptable. Patient satisfaction did not. Cassandra ordered a deeper review. Marcus objected. We have lawyers. I want operations. We have consultants. I want people who use the sites. You want Noah Bennett. Cassandra's face changed. No, Marcus leaned back. Really? I want use first. Which he built. Which Bellamy adopted. Marcus looked at her. The distinction is becoming difficult. There it was again. Not accusation. Implication. Cassandra's relationship with Noah had become visible. Coffee, conversations, walking site reviews. Lily visiting. Nothing improper. But people noticed. Cassandra became careful. She reassigned Noah's reporting line. Reduced direct meetings. Used group reviews. Noah understood immediately. He hated that he understood. The distance lasted 2 weeks. Then, Use First delivered bad news. North Star had repeatedly relocated equipment during accessibility reviews, then returned it afterward. In public, rooms looked compliant. During normal operations, carts and equipment blocked several required routes. Staff knew. Management knew. Nobody called it fraud because the code technically addressed fixed structures more clearly than daily clutter. Noah called it theater. Cassandra read his report at midnight. The phrase stayed. Accessibility theater. North Star executives denied intentional misrepresentation. Marcus argued the issues were correctable. Cassandra wanted the merger paused. The board resisted. North Star stock had risen on rumors. Bellamy investors expected a deal. If Cassandra killed it, she would need a reason strong enough to survive public scrutiny. Marcus met her privately. You are emotionally attached to Use First. She smiled. 3 seconds late. I am attached to useful information. You are attached to the person producing it. Silence. Marcus did not enjoy saying it. That mattered. I knew your father for 30 years. Cassandra's eyes cooled. Do not invoke him. I'm trying to protect what he built. So am I. Then understand how this looks. Cassandra stared. How what looks? A CEO, after a life-changing injury, becomes personally close to a facility's employee who validates her accessibility agenda. Her jaw tightened. Validates, yes. You think he tells me what I want to hear. I think you trust him. That is different. Not to a board assessing independence. Cassandra's smile vanished. Get out. Marcus left. Noah learned only that his direct access to executive review had been suspended. His login still worked. But he was removed from the North Star team. He called Cassandra once. No answer. Sent one message. Was I removed because the report is wrong or because I wrote it? No response that night. At 6:14 the next morning, neither. I need independent verification. Noah stared. He typed, fair. He hated the answer. Still fair. A consulting firm repeated the audit. 3 weeks. They confirmed almost everything. The merger paused. North Star's CEO blamed interpretive differences. Investors punished Bellamy stock. 7% down, then 11. The board demanded an emergency strategy session. Use First became both vindicated and politically radioactive. Noah should have felt triumphant. He did not. The setback hit his own life, too. Bellamy froze overtime. His facilities department cut weekend shifts. Noah had relied on overtime to cover Lily's summer childcare. He said nothing. He picked up 2 evening repair jobs. Started sleeping less. Lily noticed. You're doing the fake happy. Noah looked at her over cereal. What? She pointed. Face chart. He exhaled. Money's tight. How tight? Adult tight. Can I help? No, then he stopped. Old answer. He corrected. You can help by not asking for the science camp payment this week. Lily frowned. Am I not going? I'm figuring it out. Her face fell. Noah hated himself. Then, Lily nodded. Okay, he wanted to say no, you're going. Wanted to promise. Did not. Truth, harder, better Cassandra found out through payroll. Not deliberately. Noah had requested a deferred deduction for the employee childcare program. Her assistant flagged it because Noah's consulting work had created an unusual cross-department payment record. Cassandra stared at the form. She called him. No. That was how Noah answered. Cassandra blinked. I haven't asked anything. You're about to offer money. I was going to ask if your schedule is causing financial problems. Yes, silence. Cassandra had not expected honesty. Why didn't you tell me? Why would I? You work for me. So do 9,000 people. You also work on use first. That does not make my childcare your responsibility. I could authorize additional paid review hours if there is work. There is. Real work? Cassandra's expression hardened. Yes, Noah studied her. Then send it through my supervisor. I can. No, he softened. If you want me doing work, pay me. If you want to help Lily, that's different. Cassandra looked away. I don't know how to do that without making it strange. Noah almost smiled. Welcome to normal. She laughed despite herself. He took 2 additional site reviews. Earned enough for the camp. No charity. No rescue. The costly setback in Cassandra's recovery came days before the board's final merger decision. Priya increased supported standing work. Cassandra had been making progress. Not miraculous. Real. More control through one leg. Better hip stability. Longer supported standing. Then during a session, her blood pressure dropped suddenly. She lost consciousness for 9 seconds. Priya lowered her safely. No injury. But the incident frightened everyone, especially Cassandra. Her medical team recommended scaling intensity back until autonomic responses were reassessed. News should have remained private. It did not. Somebody told Marcus she had experienced a therapy complication. Marcus asked whether the board schedule should change. Cassandra heard concern. Her mind translated it into doubt. She attended anyway. Smile, perfect. 3 seconds late. The board meeting ran 4 hours. Noah was not there. That evening, he returned to the rehabilitation center to inspect a ceiling leak. At 8:37, he passed the therapy suite. Light under the door. He assumed staff remained. Then heard something fall. Noah opened the door. Cassandra sat alone beside the parallel bars. A water bottle lay on the floor. Her wheelchair was several feet away. She had transferred to a therapy bench. No therapist, no staff. Noah stopped. You okay? Yes, smile, 3 seconds late. He looked at the bottle, then at her. No. Cassandra's face changed. What? You're not. I said I am. I heard. Then why ask? I didn't. She stared. Noah set his tool bag down. Want the bottle? No, he left it. What are you doing here? Leak, then fix the leak. I will. She looked toward the parallel bars. Noah waited. Cassandra said I passed out. He knew she meant therapy. When? Tuesday, you hurt? No scared? The smile came. Automatic, I'm fine. Noah looked at it. Something in him broke loose. Not anger at her. Recognition. He had worn that exact smile in grocery store aisles when neighbors asked how he was managing after Elise. At school pickup. At the funeral. At the bank when closing the business account. Fine, good, getting through. Strong for Lily. He sat in a chair across from Cassandra. She frowned. What are you doing? Waiting for? The real answer. Her expression hardened. You don't get to demand one. No, you're my employee. I know. You are crossing a line. Probably Cassandra looked away. The smile remained. Noah stared at it. Then asked quietly, who are you smiling for? The room stopped. Not metaphorically. Actually, Cassandra's face went still. The smile disappeared. Her eyes moved to him. Noah did not look away. She laughed once. A sharp sound, no humor. What kind of question is that? I don't know. You think I'm performing? Yes, you think you know me because you caught a few expressions. No, then stop. Noah nodded. He stood. Cassandra hated that. Don't leave. He stopped. The words had come from somewhere beneath pride. Noah sat again. Cassandra looked at her hands. When she spoke, her voice was different. No CEO cadence, no measured optimism, no public resilience. I don't know. Noah waited. She looked at him. I don't know who I'm smiling for. That was the first true answer. Maybe Marcus. Pause, my mother. Pause, employees. Another, my father. Her eyes moved toward the old stopped watch inside the pouch. Patience? Noah said nothing. Cassandra continued. If I look frightened, everyone becomes frightened. That's not true. Yes, it is. No, she looked at him. People may get frightened. That isn't the same as you making them frightened. Silence. Cassandra's eyes filled. She looked furious at them. My father died, and I became CEO before I was ready. Noah listened. I was terrified every day for the first year. She swallowed. No one knew. Why? Because then they might agree I wasn't ready. Noah understood. Then the accident happened. Her voice tightened. And suddenly everyone looked at me like they were waiting to see whether I would disappear. Tears came now. No smile. I came back too early. Noah said nothing. I worked from the hospital. I gave interviews from rehabilitation. Her breath shook. I answered emails during pain sessions. She laughed weakly. I remember signing an acquisition document while someone was adjusting my catheter. The truth was ugly. Specific, human, no inspirational arc. I thought if I stopped moving, people would decide I was finished. Noah leaned forward slightly. Cassandra looked at him. So I smiled. Silence. Every time someone asked how I was doing, I smiled. She wiped her face angrily. Every time they called me inspiring. Noah's jaw tightened. Every time the board asked if I was tired. She looked at the parallel bars. And now I passed out for 9 seconds and I am terrified that my body is telling me to stop. Noah said quietly, maybe it's telling you to slow down. Her face hardened reflexively. That sounds like stop. No, it always becomes stop. Only if you translate it that way. She looked at him. Noah continued. Lily had pneumonia last year. Cassandra waited. She wanted to go to school because she had a presentation. What did you do? Kept her home. Obviously, she told me I was ruining everything. Cassandra almost smiled. Real, Noah said. Rest isn't surrender just because ambitious people hate it. She stared at him. You practiced that line. No, it was too good. I have an 8-year-old. I improvise. Cassandra laughed through tears. Real, no delay. Noah pointed gently. That one. What? That smile. Her face changed. He regretted saying it. Then Cassandra touched her mouth, as if feeling the difference. She looked at him. You notice too much. Occupational problem. You repair buildings. Buildings are dishonest. She laughed again. That night closed the central loop. Why she smiled. Who she was protecting. What the accident had really taken. Not only movement. Privacy. The right to have a bad day without becoming a symbol. The next morning, Cassandra canceled 2 meetings. Marcus called. She answered without smiling. I'm moving the strategy session. Pause because I need medical reassessment. Another pause. No, Marcus, I am not asking permission. She ended the call. Then smiled. Real, small for herself. The merger never happened. Not because Cassandra rejected partnership. Because North Star refused Bellamy's new conditions. Operational transparency. Independent accessibility audits. Mandatory use-first reviews. North Star walked. Bellamy stock dropped again. Then stabilized. 3 months later, 2 hospital systems signed contracts. specifically because Bellamy's rehabilitation centers had begun publishing real usability metrics. The thing investors had called a distraction became differentiating strategy. Use first expanded. Noah's role changed. Cassandra offered him a formal position, Director of Practical Facilities Review. He laughed at the title. It sounds invented. It is. No, why? I have no degree. You have 12 years of facilities experience. I also unclogged toilets. Excellent systems exposure. Noah smiled. What about my current department? You stay under facilities structurally. Use first becomes cross-functional. He studied the offer. More salary. Predictable hours. No executive direct report. Important, you did that on purpose. Yes, to avoid conflict. Yes, Noah looked at her. There is a conflict? Cassandra's expression changed. He knew. She knew he knew. Finally she said, there might be. Noah's heart moved. Good governance. I'm trying. He accepted. 2 weeks later, he asked her to dinner. Outside the hospital. Outside Bellamy property. No cameras. No board. Cassandra said yes. Then smiled. Real. Their first date was terrible. The restaurant lost their reservation. A table blocked Cassandra's chair. Noah became angry. Cassandra stopped him. Asked. He looked at her. She smiled. I can handle the table. He nodded. She handled it. The kitchen lost Noah's order. He waited 45 minutes. Cassandra said, you are allowed to complain. I don't want to be difficult. She stared, then laughed. Oh, this is going to be exhausting. What? You pretend too. Noah smiled. 3 seconds late. Cassandra pointed. That, he stopped. They both laughed. The second date was better. The third included Lily. Lily approved Cassandra because Cassandra knew how to make grilled cheese without burning it. Noah objected to the comparison. Lily ignored him. Weeks became months. Cassandra's rehabilitation resumed more slowly. Priya adjusted the program. No promises. No milestones turned into public announcements. Cassandra stopped telling the communications department about every physical gain. Some progress belonged only to her. One afternoon she stood with support for 26 seconds. Priya said, good. Cassandra said, good, then went to a budget meeting. No press release. Another month. She took 2 supported steps inside the bars. Noah was not there. She told him later while he made pasta. 2. He looked up. 2 what? Steps. His face changed. He smiled. Real, that must have felt strange. It did. Good strange? I don't know yet. Fair. He returned to the sauce. Cassandra watched. You're not going to hug me? Noah looked over. Do you want one? She laughed. Yes. He crossed the kitchen. Hugged her. No celebration louder than she requested. That mattered. Lily entered. Saw them. Why are you hugging? Cassandra said I took 2 steps. Lily nodded. Cool. Then opened the refrigerator. We're out of juice. Noah looked at Cassandra. She laughed into his shoulder. That was recovery. Not the steps. The ordinary complaint after them. The load-bearing watch resolved a year later. Cassandra sat at Noah's kitchen table. Lily did homework. Noah repaired a cabinet hinge. The old watch lay between Cassandra's hands. Stopped at 2:17. Noah looked at it. You thinking? Yes. Dangerous. Very. She turned the watch over. My father would hate this. What? That I kept it broken. How do you know? He fixed everything. Noah smiled. Then he had unrealistic standards. Cassandra looked at the stopped hands. For years, I thought if I repaired it, I would lose the exact moment he died. Noah understood. And if you don't? I keep carrying his death instead of his watch. Silence. Lily looked up. Can I say something? Noah said, historically, stopping you has been impossible. Lily pointed at the watch. Fix it. Cassandra smiled. Why? Because watches are supposed to tell time. Noah looked at Cassandra. She looked at Lily. There it was. Children reduced philosophy to function. Cassandra laughed softly. The next morning she took the watch to a repair shop. New crystal. Serviced movement. Original hands. Original strap conditioned, not replaced. When the watch started ticking again, Cassandra cried in the shop. Not because her father was gone, because time was moving, and she finally allowed the object to move with it. She wore it at the next board meeting. Marcus noticed. That watch. Yes, you repaired it. Yes, he looked at her. Your father would approve. Cassandra smiled. Real, I know. Marcus retired 2 years later. Before leaving, he asked Cassandra to lunch. Noah was not there. Marcus said, I owe you an apology. For which year? He laughed. For assuming protecting the company meant protecting you from your own decisions. Cassandra looked at him. You were afraid. Yes, so was I. I know. He smiled. I just didn't know you were allowed to be. That sentence stayed with her. Everyone was allowed, even CEOs, especially CEOs. Cassandra and Noah married 3 years after the rehabilitation center opened. No giant society wedding. Lily campaigned for one. Cassandra vetoed. Small ceremony. Garden behind the first Bellamy clinic her father built. Cassandra used her wheelchair. She could walk short, supported distances by then, sometimes with braces, sometimes with a walker. She chose the chair because the ceremony was long and she wanted to dance later using a standing frame for exactly one song. No symbolic proof, no triumph narrative. Choice. During photographs. A reporter from a local business magazine asked whether Cassandra considered the marriage part of her journey back. Cassandra looked at Noah. He saw the smile trying to arrive. 3 seconds. Then she stopped it. She turned back to the reporter. No. The reporter blinked. Cassandra continued. My marriage is not part of my recovery. Noah's mouth moved. Our marriage is part of our marriage. The reporter laughed awkwardly. Cassandra did not. Then Noah did. Then she did. Real, the quote never ran. Cassandra preferred that. Years later, use first became standard across Bellamy Health. Facilities employees attended design reviews. Patients tested spaces before final sign-off. Nurses reviewed storage. Parents reviewed pediatric rooms. Wheelchair users reviewed actual paths instead of blueprints. The coffee dispenser at the original rehabilitation center remained lower. The automatic door still carried Noah's $12 bracket repair for 6 years before finally needing replacement. Cassandra had the old bracket mounted in a shadow box as a joke. Noah hated it. Lily loved it. The label read, $12 saved $2,788. Noah added another line beneath it with a marker. CEO would not let this go. Cassandra left it. Lily grew. Noah stopped believing that being a good father required looking fine every day. Some evenings he came home and said, bad day. Lily said, okay, sometimes she asked why. Sometimes she did not. Cassandra learned the same skill. She stopped telling employees she was great when she was exhausted. Stopped calling every setback a challenge. Sometimes the answer became, today was difficult. Nothing collapsed. Investors did not flee. Employees did not panic. Patients did not lose hope. In fact, something unexpected happened. People trusted her more. Not because vulnerability was a strategy. Because she stopped making honesty perform for approval. One evening years later, Noah found Cassandra alone in the old rehabilitation center. The building had closed for renovation. They were walking through before construction. Same lobby. Same coffee station. Same therapy room. The place where he had asked the question. Cassandra rolled inside. The parallel bars had been removed. Only mounting marks remained. Noah stood at the doorway. You okay? She looked at him, then smiled. 3 seconds late. Noah stared. Cassandra held it for 2 seconds, then burst out laughing. You are terrible. You did that on purpose. Yes, I nearly believed you. No, you didn't. He smiled. Maybe, she looked around. Do you remember? Yes, exactly. You were sitting there. He pointed, water bottle on the floor. You refused to pick it up. You said no. You were infuriating. Still am. Cassandra became quiet, then asked, "Do you know why that question mattered? Who are you smiling for?" "Yes," Noah leaned against the wall. "You tell me." She looked at him. "Because nobody had asked me who the performance was protecting." Noah said nothing. "I thought the smile was strength." She looked toward the empty bars. "Then I thought it was fear." A pause. "Now I think it was habit. Probably all three." "Yes," she smiled. "Real? And you? What about me? Who were you smiling for?" Noah thought about Elise. Lily at 5. Customers, his employees, his sister, himself, everyone. Cassandra nodded. "And now?" Noah looked at her. "You." She raised an eyebrow. "Careful," he smiled. "Also me." "Better." He walked beside her as they left the room. There was no rescue in what happened between them. Noah did not see through Cassandra because he was uniquely wise. He recognized the mask because he had worn one. Cassandra did not save Noah's finances by handing him money. She paid him for work he earned. Noah did not cure Cassandra. Her body recovered where it recovered, failed where it failed, changed where it changed. Lily did not heal two adults through innocence. She simply refused to participate in their preferred lies. The real change was quieter. Noah refused to reward a false answer merely because it was socially comfortable. Cassandra refused to make his help a test of loyalty. He asked. She answered. She asked. He answered. Sometimes badly, sometimes late, sometimes after an argument. But the answers became real. And that was the thing Cassandra eventually understood about smiles. A smile was not a lie simply because pain existed beneath it. Joy and grief could occupy the same face. Strength and fear could live in the same body. The problem had never been smiling. The problem was believing she owed one. Years after the question, Cassandra still smiled for cameras. She still gave speeches, still met investors, still reassured nervous patients. But sometimes a reporter asked something painful, and she did not smile at all. Sometimes she paused. Sometimes she said, "I don't know." Sometimes she said, "That was hard." And sometimes she smiled because something was genuinely funny. Noah always knew the difference. Not because he had become better at reading her, because eventually she stopped hiding it from him. The old watch ticked on her wrist. No longer stopped at 2:17, no longer preserving the worst moment, keeping time, moving, which was what healing eventually became. Not forward every day, not smiling through everything, not winning, just time moving, and two people choosing to tell each other the truth while it did.